A good takedown artist usually enters with one attack, like Sean was saying, and it hits with the second or the third or the fourth, right? So when we look at our pummeling attacks, when I start off, I always say the arm drag's your best friend and the underhook's your king. Now that's just my opinion, okay? It's just my years from my coaches of wrestling. So if I'm sitting here with Dale and I'm going like this and I want to underhook, I'm not going to push his hands down, I'm going to push his hands up, which makes his hands do what?
Open them gates.
All right. So I'm sorry. I want to push them down. My bad. My bad. I push them down. What do? And I go here. Here first. You see where I am? I'm on the hip first because he's going to be powering down, trying to stop me from getting to here or here. This is not good enough. Power me down. Nothing. No leverage, right? Strength. I go to the trap, power me down. Bone. He has to break my bone to move my arm. Now the key with the underhook is my elbow must be higher than his shoulder, okay? So let's turn a little bit because we're going to go this way. Now when I get this, I'm still pummeling, guys. I'm working my 45 angle. I don't really want to be 90 on this because I'm going to insert first with the hank. He's going to counter the hank, and then we're going to go with my style of hip toss, which for me has been super high percentage with our students for a long time. I don't do this thing where I rotate all the way over and flip you, okay? And I'm taller and I still pull it off, so that means you guys can do it too, even with our difference in stature. But what am I doing with this arm? Head position, and now what? Inside ties. Inside ties means my forearm and elbow are inside his forearm and elbow, correct?
Yep.
So it doesn't matter if it's wrist control, turn it away always, or fighting inside tie. Now, square up just a little bit for me, please, for demonstration. Now, for the back step, for my hank, watch my feet. This is important. Because if I'm standing here, I'm going to block my back step. It has to be close to his foot, and my toes have to pass his toes. So if I'm here, and let's just say I'm on the bind, we'll go wrist to make it easier, just for today, okay? I want to make an L. Do you see that L? It's not an L with my toe to pinky. It's not his pinky and my toe. It's his toe and my heel. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, now if my elbow stays high, when I backstep, you're going to feel off balance. And watch me, I'm going to be off balance. Every good takedown, you're going to be off balance for that split second, which means you're probably doing it right. When I backstep, my toes must pass his. What does that do for the hips? It's still, the hank is still a variation of a hip toss. So now my hips come across. Yeah, I'm going to start my hank, he hips in. Now what? We're ready for a hip toss, aren't we? I tear a little bit, one back step, over, for the world's easiest hip toss. And that wasn't even hard, was it? It's low impact and ultra high percentage. My grips didn't change, I just kept cycling through. Okay, let's do it again. So again, excuse me, I'm sorry. Pop the hands up, because I want them down, right? We're in here like this, guys. We're pummeling, I'm fighting for head position, I'm working my underhooks, all this stuff like that. Dale's been doing this for a very long time. He's been my #1 student for years. When I come in here, I know he knows what I like to do. So it's not quite that simple all the time because he knows where I'm coming from. So I pop up, the hands come down, I step to the outside and I go to the hip first. Now if you can get here, that's cool. But play this, because he can't get rid of this right now. Get rid of it. What are you gonna do? Yeah, and I'm here, right? While you're dealing with that, I'm going somewhere else. So I'm here. Now I got my head position. Head position's key, right? Now I'm working that inside tie, forearm and elbow inside, or wrist control. Now I go up high, elbow above his shoulders. I make my L, heel to toe. My back step, my toes pass what?
His toes.
Thank you so much. Past his toes. What does that do for my hips? It engages my hips. My hips make the throw. When you see somebody do a hank or same thing as Uchimata, watch the guys that get their hips on. They don't go sideways, they go over. That's why they call it the king of, what do they call it, the throw of kings or something like that?
King of all throws?
Am I wrong on that?
I'm not disagreeing.
Something along those lines. I've heard it a few times. It's supposed to be,
If
you
it
know,
wasn't
very.
then, it is now.
Huh?
It is now.
Well, now it's the throw case. All right. So here we go. You see my L. Toe to heel. I back step, right? When I come in, I hip across. But he feels it. He's doing the right reaction, guys. We do nothing off of mistakes. He did the right reaction. And I knew he was going to do it. If he didn't, what would I do? Continue with my hang, right? We continue with our process. We keep doing what we drill to do. But he hipped in, he beat me. I step here, turn, almost like I'm pivoting, right? Right?
Yes.
Like a judo tai sabaki type step. I turn, back step in, over. He goes over my hips, over my lower back even. You will feel no weight on you. Now I'm going to change the north-south in a minute, but I want you guys to practice this first. And when you do it, keep your partner close. You'll see, it looks like, man, how loud was that when he hit the ground?
Not loud.
It's the most gentle but effective hip toss I've ever taught anybody. Okay? And give it a shot. Let's go. 1, 2, 3.